Just about set to go. And today's starter, Hunter Dobbins. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of, you know, tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
Right through there for a strike. And that's in the dirt. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
And now it's Juan Soto. Runner on the go. In the dirt. And there's no throw. He's in there at second with a stolen base. Lindor leads off second with nobody out. That one way inside.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
On the ground, and that's a fair ball. Lindor zipping around third. He'll score, and the Mets take the lead, and he beats it. He's safe.
Well, they strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. Just a simple ground ball the other way. They had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Pete Alonso up now for the Mets. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And they get it in quickly. First and third now with nobody out.
Batting fourth, left fielder Brandon Nimmo.
Here's Brandon Nimmo.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
And the pitch. Runner takes off. Swung on, belted. That's back. That's back some more. And it bangs off the foul pole. Home run. He leaves the yard to right. His 9th homer of the year. It's 4-0. He absolutely feasts on right-handed pitching and devours that one for a homer.
And you can see that's what he expects of himself at bat after at bat. He's that confident. Well, he really crushed that thing down the line, and everyone had to hold their breath until it clanked off the pole. And every time that happens, it just kind of feels like a trick shot or something. But really, it's just a stroke of luck that it stays fair long enough.
And now it's Mark Vientos. And strike two.
Well, it's not the inning he was planning on to begin this start, but you've got to find a way to shake things off and give your team some length and put up some zeros.
Gets a piece and stays alive.
I'm just waiting for a foul ball up here. I mean, this is one of the best places to be ready and to have a foul ball opportunity. We got a great view of the action.
Fair ball.
And with that kind of power at the plate, they'll gladly take the single to the opposite field.
third baseman.
It was
Brett
in this
Beatty.
ballpark. You and I were working together in the 2013 Division Series, and you caught one. Do you remember it? Be honest. Do you remember that?
I do. I sacrificed a bracelet for it, but it was worth it.
That one well upstairs, and it's 2-1. My partner doesn't always remember things in the game that have to do with him. Really quickly, who was your first big league hit against? Kevin Appier.
Kevin Appier. See, I wasn't ready for that. That's just wrong, man.
Sets him down on strikes. That was pretty nasty.
Batting seventh,
Francisco Alvarez, the next to hit. The 1-1 is fouled off.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound. And this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page and keep pressing forward.
Fastball is outside. Man at first, one away. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Jeff McNeil stands in. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Well, at this pace, he's not going to be in this game for very long, but he's got to find a way to shake it off, keep it isolated to one inning, come back out. You could throw up a bunch of zeros and save that bullpen.
On the ground, right side. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Now he gets it to the pitcher covering the bag, and they get it out of the play. But the biggest swing of the inning comes right here, a 3-run homer. It's now a 4-0 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back here at Fenway Park, and towing the slab, Kodai Senga. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Well, that whip is just below the league average, and that's a good thing in this case, not allowing too many base runners. So on most days, he's going to go out there and compete and put his team in a position to win, and I expect to see that from him in this one today.
And stepping in for Boston, Jarren Duran. He's already set a new career best for stolen bases in a season, Chris. And a foul ball. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Nimmo pulls it down, and there's one down. Check out the Red Sox lineup. Someone who makes things happen for them, in part with his legs, Ceddanne Rafaela.
Well, Boog, there aren't many guys who have a flair for the big moment like he does. I mean, batting over 400 with runners in scoring position. Are you kidding me? I know it's not guaranteed or an automatic, but I hope we get to see him in a close late game situation with runners in scoring position and just see, is he truly a machine or not?
One down, base is empty. Swings through that one above the zone.
Well, you know, this guy wants a pitch up, something that he can hit hard and drive over the wall, but you've got to set your sights down a little bit. You can't lose your discipline and go after a pitch that you just can't do anything with.
Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And, you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
2 outs, base is empty. That one misses. Ball 3. High fly ball out towards left field. That one back there, and it hits off the monster. Into second, and he's got a double.
Well, I'm not saying that play was easy, but it was harder than it needed to be thanks to the bad jump. Those small moments can be costly.
runner at second, 2 down. Wilyer Abreu getting ready to hit. Falling behind 2-1.
Well, here's a chance right here for one of the better hitters on this roster to get him on the board in the first. Thanks to the 3-hole hitter extending the inning. Good at bat with 2 outs.
At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. And there's a ball.
Count. Straighten him up a little bit.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Swings and misses, struck him out. 1 left for the Red Sox. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Top of the second, and stepping in for New York, Tyrone Taylor.
Look, this guy's just a tremendously talented center fielder. Gold Glove caliber type out there. Offensively, he can do some things, but also has some streakiness as well. I think the key is just trying to find a way for him to be consistent day in and day out. He saves runs in the outfield, so that's going to buy him more time to work things out at the dish.
Swing, and he breaks his back. Hauls it in for the out.
Now batting, shortstop Francisco Lindor.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. 1 out, bases empty. For Lindor, being drafted out of Montverde Academy, he's a guy that's turned into one of the best all-around players in the game. 2 balls and a strike. Here it comes.
Ball 3.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Woody Keller making the calls behind home for us today.
And Boog, something to keep an eye on is how pitchers utilize the top part of the strike zone. We see a lot more of that in today's game with pitchers going up there with hard stuff. Keller, definitely an umpire that isn't afraid to call strikes up in that part of the strike zone.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. What about an umpire's height? How much of a role does that play in your experience and what the strike zone is like?
Yeah, I think it pushes the strike zone up a little bit, which, as a former hitter, you like that. You wanted the ball up. You didn't want to have to deal with stuff down in the zone consistently.
Here's Juan Soto. 2 down, nobody on. And that is out of play. As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in club. Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. And the Mets go down 1-2-3. They lead 4-0. We head to the bottom of the second. Trevor Story comes up to the plate.
Trevor Story.
Next offering is fouled back. Story checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. No swing.
I would throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Ripped on the ground to second. The throw to first. Out. And Story is out.
Batting 6th, first baseman, Nick Sogard.
So stepping in for Boston, Nick Sogard. The 1-2. That's a little bit low.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
On the ground, right side. Steps on first for the out.
Batting seventh, second baseman, David Hamilton.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the second baseman, David Hamilton.
If there's nobody on in front of him, you know, a single for him many times is a double. This guy is off to the races, ready to steal a bag when he's on first base.
Not even close there. And that's ball 2. Way out front for strike 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Gets under it and pops it up. Lindor. He's there. He's got it. And that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox. They trail it here 4-0. New inning getting started, and now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
In there for a strike at the top of the zone. Hit hard on the ground is short. Sends it across to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, left fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
So up next, Brandon Nimmo. Now, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Mark Vientos.
2 down, base is empty. Mark Vientos up now for the Mets. Ball to strike. The pitch.
Ball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And
Ball
downstairs.
3. Full count.
And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Nothing doing for the Mets. But they're in front 4-0. Back inside Fenway Park, and now the catcher comes up to hit. Carlos Narvaez.
Carlos Narvaez.
Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase.
1 ball.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. The 1-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Inside. It's 2-2.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Got him swinging.
Boog, he just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Cedar Rafaela up next for the Red Sox.
1-2.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Back to the top of the lineup. Now here's the Red Sox leadoff hitter, Jarren Duran.
No.
That misses the zone, and it's 2-1. That one fouled off. Sit down on strikes. And he strikes out the side in the third.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
And we're back here at Fenway Park. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, Brett Beatty. That one almost got him. Swing and a foul out of play.
On the mound, he's got to remember his offense can score a lot. So if he can hit the reset button from here going forward, there's still a chance that his club can win this ball game.
And it remains 2-2. Line drive. Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double.
Well, this tends to happen more often in this park than others, and that short fence is just so inviting for hitters. You see a lot of balls bounce over for an automatic double when no one can run it down.
And now Alex Cora is out of the dugout, and he will make a move for the bullpen. Hunter Dobbins won't go any further tonight, and he's not going to be happy with himself. New pitcher on the mound in a moment.
Now pitching for
and
the
so
Red
the Red Sox go to the bullpen.
Number
Garrett
35.
Crochet.
And he's been really shutting down hitters from the right side of the plate this year. Not a lot of hard contact, not a lot of hits, period.
So up next for New York, Francisco Alvarez. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
And now here's Jeff McNeil.
Second baseman, Jeff
Anything
McNeil.
in particular stand out to you as far as moments at Fenway Park?
Wow, you know, it's unfortunate because I remember as an Oakland A's player, we were up in the series against the Red Sox, 2-0. All we needed to do was close out a Saturday night ball game. We went extra innings. The Red Sox won that ball game. And then Sunday, they pushed the series by winning Game 4 back to Oakland for Game 5. And unfortunately, they won Game 5 as well.
The other way, base hit coming home. He'll score, and it's an RBI single, and the lead is up to 5.
This lefty matchup thing's not going so well.
That was 2003, and the Red Sox would eventually get their hearts broken by Aaron Boone, but end the curse a year later. So a man at first, And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Tyrone Taylor. McNeil leads off first with one away. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. The throw in. Not in time. He's safe.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
So the lineup flips over. Here's Francisco Lindor. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Abreu makes the catch. Runner tagging from third. He's in on the sacrifice fly. And it's now a 6-run lead.
Now batting, right fielder, Juan Soto.
Juan Soto now. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average. But there's on-base slugging, too. Move over to first, try to keep him close.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power. But then if this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
Sogard. And that is that. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. And midway in the 4th, it's the Mets 6 and the Red Sox nothing. Back here at Fenway, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now here's the Red Sox DH, Rafael Devers. 1-1 now. And a foul ball.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out.
McNeil gets it to first, and
Up
Devers is set
the
down.
Red Sox, third baseman Alex Bregman.
Here's Alex Bregman. One down, base is empty. And a big swing and a miss. Nowadays, with advanced metrics and increased use of moving the infielders around, defense isn't necessarily about making errors. Are you able to get to the ball? Are you able to position fielders where guys hit the ball, but within the new shift rules? Goes down looking.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
Abreu.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Wilyer Abreu. The 2-1. Just missed.
And an area that goes unnoticed is the coach that's responsible for positioning, and then the research person that's providing the information. So what we're seeing in baseball, so many more people behind the scenes that are contributing to the success between the lines.
That's ball 4. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally prepared, knowing that if it's not on a tee, you're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
Fastball for a strike. 3-2 now.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Back when you played, it wasn't the empirical data we have now. It was a guy with a ruler and a diamond taking a colored pencil and drawing. That's strike 3 and the 3rd out. So we take a break. And the Red Sox lead 1. They still find themselves down 6-0. Back here in Boston, we go to the top of the 5th, and stepping in for New York, Pete Alonso. That pitch just misses the inside corner, and now it's 3-2. The Red Sox with some bullpen action. Liam Hendricks appears to be getting loose. Newcomb getting cranked up as well. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's one away.
This guy will throw any pitch in any count. 3-2. He goes off speed. Gets the out.
And next will be the Mets cleanup hitter, Brandon Nimmo. And there's the strike. This one in the air. Bregman settles under it. Nabs it. 2 down.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
Designated hitter.
2 outs,
Mark
base is
Vientos.
empty. And now the Mets DH, Mark Vientos. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. And that one missing low.
2-1.
That one is blasted left field towards the monster. And it's off the green monster. And that's a double.
Absolutely blasted that one into the gap, but just didn't have quite enough to clear the wall out there. Maybe a little more elevation under it and it carries over, but that's a swing you'll be happy with every time.
So a man aboard. Here's the third baseman, Brett Beatty. That one missed.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Vientos stands at second with 2 gone. Check swing, trying to hold up. Now an appeal to third. And he went around. Not an easy call there, but that puts an end to the inning. So a 2-out double, but they don't score. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Mets 6 and the Red Sox nothing. Back here in Boston,
Leading
bottom of
off
the
for the
inning,
Red
and
Sox,
stepping in for Boston,
first
Nick
baseman,
Sogard.
Nick Sogard.
Ripped to third and caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
David Hamilton digs in now. And there's a strike. Struck him out looking.
Well, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle. So I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
Carlos Narvaez up next for the Red Sox.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
And that's way high. The count now 2-2. Got it. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Nothing doing for Boston. Still up against a 6-0 deficit. Back now at Fenway. All set for the top of the 6th. Here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
And that skips in the dirt. Boston's bullpen with some activity. Garrett Whitlock up and loosening in the pen. Bernardino warming up as well. Next pitch is outside.
3-1.
Next offering is fouled back. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick, because word will get around the league in a hurry.
One down, base is empty. Fights that one away, still 1-2. And misses inside. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, that high four-seam fastball has become such a staple as a strikeout pitch over the years. And what's so tough as a hitter is that you see it extremely well. The problem is the velocity and spin rate just happens to jump by you. You expand your zone, you don't stay tall on the backside, and you're really not even able to make contact. If you do, many times it's a pop-up.
Next offering is in for a strike. And there's a ball. Got him looking for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side here in the 6th. So they go quietly there. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. It's the Mets 6 and the Red Sox nothing. Bottom of the 6th inning, and now the center fielder, Cedar Rafaela.
Center fielder, Cedar Rafaela.
Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Reed Garrett, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Stanek, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. Fouls it off, still 1-2. That hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning. So the batting order turns over. Now batting Jarren Duran. Rafaela gets his lead at first. Nobody out. That's hard hit on the line. Makes the grab, 1 away.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
And here comes the Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Kodai Senga is done, and he was a tough nut to crack. Pretty stingy from start to finish. Back with the new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching for
New arm out of the bullpen, Clay Holmes.
35.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
Devers now. Way outside. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Red Sox with a lot of ground to make up here in the bottom of the 6th. And Raffy falls victim to the K. And now it's Alex Bregman.
Third baseman, Alex Bregman.
In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
Ball 2.
In the dirt, but kept close. Goes to second. Save! And he's into scoring position with 2 away on a wild pitch.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound out there, especially when they come in trying to be nasty with every pitch they throw. Not exactly what they were looking for when they called him in, though. We'll see if he can settle down.
Here comes a 3-2. Fly ball down the line. Nimmo has it sized up. And makes the grab. That is the inning.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the
back.
Red
We're in the
Sox.
7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound.
Number
Brennan
83.
Bernardino.
He's certainly been one of their better relief pitchers this season. The numbers are really solid, so they feel great
Leading
about
off
handing
for
the ball
Mets,
over to him.
Shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
That one drilled left field. Corrals it. One up, one down.
Not fooled at all right there. He was
Now
clearly
back.
all over it,
Right
but sometimes you hit it
fielder.
too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
And now the right fielder, Juan Soto. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
1-2.
Next pitch
2-2.
misses way outside. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Went back to the curb, and it was a smart choice.
Well, oftentimes that's the pitch
Now
he's trying to
batting,
set
the
up, the
first
curveball.
baseman,
He'll
Pete
lean on it pretty
Alonso.
heavily, so you got to be expecting it, look for it, and sell out so you don't miss it when you get it.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Fouls one off. 2-2. Two outs.
Full count.
Inside ball 4. It wasn't easy, but he earned that walk after a long at bat.
Well, a
Now
breaking
batting,
ball in that
left
3-2
fielder,
count kind of
Brandon
tells you
Nimmo.
that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
Alonso leads off first with 2 down to the inning. And it's even up.
He's trying to stay down in the zone, but the hitter just will
2
not
strikes.
chase. Now back in a 2-2 count, he's going to have to go to something else to get him out.
On the ground, right side. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And no shot to get him at first. There's 2 aboard.
Up next
Looked to
for the
me
Mets,
like he kind of
the
let the ball
designated
play
hitter,
him instead of
Mark
playing the
Vientos.
ball, and it just ate him off. Your hands get stiff, and even the best infielders make these kinds of mistakes. You just have to learn from it and move on.
And now, Mark Vientos. There's a swing and a drive. Going back on this one. And it bangs off the monster. 1 run across. Now 2 runs score. And it's an 8-run lead.
Picks
Now
himself
batting,
up a couple
third
of ribbies.
baseman,
That can be a
Brett Baty.
dangerous pitch if you don't get it inside enough, because as a hitter, you see it coming across the plate the whole way. No problem handling it and putting a good swing on it that time.
So 2 down. Brett Baty up now for the Mets. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. That one missing inside. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. So 2 runs, 1 hit, an error, and 1 left on base. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Mets 8 and the Red Sox nothing. This game's a bit of a blowout,
Leading
Singy.
off
Let's
for
talk
the
about
Red
something
Sox.
random.
Let's do
Right
it.
fielder,
Singy, did anybody ever give you the silent treatment?
Abreu.
I don't remember that they did. I think they were pretty cool with me in terms of celebrating my rookie year. First home run came in Anaheim against the Angels, and I always love to watch now, though, especially when that player is unsuspecting. You know, some guys, they've been around long enough to know there's a good chance I'm going to get the silent treatment. But when that player's maybe been grinding it out for a little while and finally gets that home run, is expecting the big lift coming into the dugout, and they just stonewall him, it's awesome.
Just missed. Every once in a while, they'll work that same trick on a veteran player. If, say, he's been cold or hasn't hit a home run in a long time. And that's always fun when you don't see it coming at all. And everybody in the dugout goes crickets on him.
Yeah, and that veteran player's usually got a response for those individuals with one or the other hands.
And down on strikes. And there's 1 down.
Now batting, shortstop.
Your story now. That was your worst start one year. Didn't you start like 3 for 33 or something?
Oh, it was awesome. It was, I mean, it was awful. Not awesome. It was awesome.
Not so awesome.
It was awesome for pitchers facing me, but it was awful for me. It sounded like some type of deal at a fast food restaurant, like 3 for 33 or something.
The 1-2. That's down and in.
That's the ball.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out.
Now batting.
Nick Sogard up next for the Red Sox.
Nick Sogard.
Ball.
Ripped to third. Beatty to first.
He's out.
Red Sox go 1-2-3. Down in order go the Red Sox. And they're on the short end of an 8-0 score.
Now pitching for the
And
Red
we've got
Sox.
ourselves a pitching change. Garrett
Number
Whitlock.
22.
He last pitched 2 days ago.
Garrett Whitlock.
At the plate,
Leading off for the
Francisco
Mets,
Alvarez.
catcher, Francisco Alvarez.
A changeup missing, and a count 2-1. And a swing and a miss.
He's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Way back. That's long gone. That one felt good, and they tack one on the board. It's 9-0.
Well, Boog, I feel like we're seeing more of this these days than we ever have before. You've got high velocities on the mound. You've got stronger hitters with really good paths to the baseball. So much power in this sport. Opposite field home run. I tell you what, I feel like I see at least one every day, and that was an incredible job to keep that ball fair.
Now at the plate, Jeff McNeil. That one the other way. Sends it to first. First out in the top of the 8th.
Now batting, center fielder Tyrone Taylor.
So digging in, Tyrone Taylor. Bounce to the left side, and that's just foul. Line drive, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
That play looks routine defensively, but with all of the little nooks, it can get real tricky down in the corner. Kept it to a long single. Nice defensive play.
And now it's Frankie Lindor. The 1-1 is fouled off. Taylor stands at first with one out. Struck him out swinging. Pulled the string on the changeup.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Two outs. Battling here as he fouls it away.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Line drive, and it stays fair. Duran quickly gets it back in. Lead runner to second with 2 gone.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And it hits off the monster. 1 run is in.
Comes through with the RBI. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
So 2 on with 2 away. Now the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo. Next offering is downstairs. Second and third, 2 down. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Hard hit right side. Throws to first. They limit the damage here. So 2 runs in the inning, 4 hits, no errors, but 2 are left stranded. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Mets 10 and the Red Sox nothing. Back here at Fenway Park, here's the second baseman, David Hamilton.
Second baseman, David Hamilton.
And a strike on the outside edge.
Two.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And down on strikes he goes. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
I'll just rip a page out of the Greg Maddux playbook. Throw that pitch at the hip and just watch it jump back over the inside part of the plate. Tell you what, you are baffled expecting that to almost hit you and then end up as a called strike.
And now Carlos Narvaez. And that's outside. The 2-1. Swing and a ground ball to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Well, I'm impressed with this guy's internal clock. He knew he had plenty of time to take that extra step, secure his grip on the baseball, and make a strong, accurate throw.
Cedar Rafaela up next for the Red Sox.
Ball. 3 balls, 1 strike.
The Mets up big in this one. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Draws the walk there.
Ball. Take your base.
My partner known for being a touch hacktastic. All right, you walked 130 times.
Oh my goodness!
In your career,
I can't even believe. I can't. I win.
130
when did that
times.
happen?
Yeah.
I don't even seriously. I don't believe that.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you'd have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond. Just a tough pitch to hit and not an easy one to throw either.
McNeil. They get the force. That ends the inning. 1 left for the Red Sox. Not looking good. They're down 10-0. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Justin Slayton.
And if you dig into his walk rate, his numbers are really impressive. He's really filled up the strike zone this season, so these batters better be ready to swing the bats.
Mark Vientos up now for the Mets.
The designated hitter, Mark Vientos.
2-1.
2-1 the count now. He hasn't seen a fastball yet, but you've got to be ready to hit one because you doubt the pitcher wants this to go to a 3-1 count.
Hard ground ball, base knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Now batting, third baseman, Brett Beatty.
Down the third baseman, Brett Beatty. Way
2-1.
inside, gets out of the way. Vientos on at first, nobody out. Check swing, called strike. That missed by a lot. Full count now. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Next to hit, Francisco Alvarez. Line to left, and it stays fair. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and the lead continues to grow. Now it's the second baseman, Jeff McNeil. And that is downstairs. 2-1.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
On the ground to third. That's a base hit. Run scores. It's in and out of his glove. And he'll pull into second safely.
4 hits in a row, and they're really swinging it here. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Here's the center fielder, Tyrone Taylor.
Really been able to slow down the game tonight with his at-bats, and the biggest one he's had so far. He doesn't look anxious at all.
Chases that one out of the zone, and that is a big first out. Now up to hit, Francisco Lindor.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
Here's a 1-1. Little bouncer out in front of the plate. They put the tag on him, and that's out number 2. Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Red Sox bullpen. Justin Slayton gives way, and he leaves a runner at third. So we'll see how the next pitcher deals with that when we get back.
Now pitching for the
Sean
Red
Newcomb
Sox.
into the game.
Left-handed batter at the
19.
plate, and he's been excellent in those matchups this year. So this seems like a calculated move.
So 2 down now, and here is Juan Soto. Swing and a pop-up. Story. And he makes the catch. And that is that. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. 2-3-4 set to hit in the bottom of the 9th. The Mets lead it 13-0. Back in Boston, all set for the bottom of the 9th. And it's Rafael Devers in the box.
Rafael Devers.
That one ripped. That's back there. That one is gone. He flexes his power with that swing. Home run number 10 on the year. And they're on the board. It's 13-1.
Well, there goes the shutout. Just like that. They're still behind, but this is a start. Sometimes too much velocity will cause a pitcher to throw through the sink, and that means that there's more four-seam action than there is sink, and that can turn into a really good pitch to hit. Well, we saw it right there. Didn't miss a stitch on that baseball. He's got himself a home run.
Now it's Alex Bregman.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Stays alive. Swings through it for the K. Alvarez gathers, throws to first, in time to get him. One away on the strikeout.
For the Red Sox, right
now
fielder,
it's the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu. On the ground to the left, and foul ball. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Now only one out remaining.
Up next for the Red
Here's Trevor
Sox,
Story now.
the shortstop, Trevor Story.
That's off the mark, and the count 2-1. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across. We're in the last half of the 9th inning.
Ball.
Fought off foul. Holmes is just 1 strike away. Sends it to center, and that's going to do it. He puts it away, and that'll do it. The Mets take this one in a blowout.
Clearly the bats came to play today, and the pitching and defense as well. We saw some outstanding plays, great performances all the way around. Just 1 run allowed. They never gave the other side a chance.
13-1 is how it ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.